how can we maintain our connection to the divine when we go back to our daily lives that involve long days in office buildings and all sorts of distractions that modern life presents? The divine to which we connect is within, also outside. There was a beautiful mantra that's in your booklet as well, and Puja Swamiji spoke about it last night. The mantra of fullness, pouring, wholeness, completeness. That the divine, the supreme, is whole and complete and perfect. This, which has come from that, whole and complete and perfect. So what we've got is a situation where we've been created, not just by the Creator, but of the Creator. The Upanishads remind us that everything in the world is pervaded by the divine. Isha vasyamidam sarvam, yad kincha jagatyam jagat. Everything in the universe is pervaded by the divine. And what that means is twofold. So am I, and so are all of those with whom I live and interact. The divine with whom, to which we are connecting, is not sitting here in Dorset. It's not the Gaunts house divine compared to the London divine compared to the Paris divine. That divine is all pervasive, and the divine is within ourselves, which means that what we're connecting to is actually within us, and is therefore going back with us, came with us. We're not sitting here manufacturing the divine within us. It's not like getting a suntan where actually the skin changes color with every hour that you spend lying on the beach. All we're doing is connecting to that which came here with us. But as we're peeling back the layers of not self, as we're opening the curtains, the other beautiful metaphor that Puja Swamiji speaks about so frequently is we're sitting in a dark room, curtains are drawn, praying for the sun, chanting mantras of the sun, doing sun salutations and all of that. Whereas all we have to do is open the curtains, the sun is there. Prayers for the sun, sun salutations are not creating the sun. Sun is there. What our practice needs to be is just opening the curtains. And so in order to maintain that connection, what we have to do is maintain two practices. One, an internal practice, one, an external practice. The internal practice is to continue to repeal and repeal the layers of not self. Otherwise we go back and it's, I'm the boss, I'm the president, I'm the CEO, or I'm the measly mail clerk, I'm the secretary, I'm this, I'm the teacher, I'm the student. We go back into our roles. I'm the wife, I'm the husband, I'm the daughter-in-law, the mother-in-law, the rich one, the poor one, the successful one, the not successful one, the alcoholic one, the drug-addicted one, the anorexic one, the depressed one. Whatever identity we're carrying in our lives, we go back into that. And so the internal practice is, how can I, in this time here, connect with the truth of who I am, as Pujya Swamiji just spoke so beautifully, beyond all those layers. Those are just clothes. They're just different things we put on. So I had my beautiful Hugo up here with me last night, and I'm sure that in his life he wears so many different clothes. He's got maybe a uniform for school. It's a student Hugo. And then maybe he plays soccer, or maybe he calls it football. And he's got the football uniform. Then maybe he goes swimming, and he's got his swimming uniform. And then it's time to go to bed, and he puts on his pajama uniform. But it's Hugo the whole time. It's not change of person. And similarly for us, at different times in our lives, we wear different costumes. The point of the spiritual path is not that I let go of all of my duties. It's not that I say, oh, forget it. I'm not going to be the student. I'm not going to be the boss. I'm not going to be the mother. I'm not going to be the daughter. We put on all of the uniforms. We play all of the roles. But we remind ourselves over and over and over again until it becomes our truth that we are not those roles. If you think about being on stage in a play, let's say you're an actor, you get chosen to play the role of the villain. And it's a great role, and so you're happy you get to play this role. But you know you're not the villain. And when you go home at night, you don't carry home your villainness with you and expect your family to somehow adapt to living with a villain. If you showed back up at home still as the villain, your family members would say, go take off your costume, wash off the makeup. We understand, I'm the actor playing the role. And so the goal here is, can I connect with the one who is donning all of these different roles, who's donning all of these different costumes, who's zipping one up and zipping another off. Whether it's my work role, whether it's my family role, whether it's my social role, whether it's a friend role. I do them all to the best, the very best, and the most sincere that I can. This is the bottom line teaching of the Bhagavad Gita. We play our roles with full sincerity, full commitment. We step up to the plate, as I was talking last night. But we know I'm not the role. I'm the one who's wearing this costume temporarily. And so that's how we hold on to that connection internally, is just to keep reminding ourselves. I'm not who I think I am in this moment. And to just go back, and it just takes a moment. Just close your eyes. You can even do it with the eyes open. But just reconnect wherever you are. And the breath is a great tool. The breath is your best friend in reconnecting with the self and regrounding with the self. And then, in terms of the outer part, many of us tend to identify the divine, our spiritual path, as being just in the temple, in the synagogue, in the church, in the mosque, or in the shrine in our home. This is my spiritual time. 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 5 minutes, an hour, whatever it is. But really the goal is, how can I see that divine in everyone? Not easy. Not something that's easily perfectible, but simply giving ourselves the intention that I am going to try to see the same divine with whom I'm connecting in all. Then suddenly our workplaces, our families, our errands become an experience of spirituality. Otherwise, we find ourselves in the situation that I joke about so frequently, where we're, on the way to our yoga class, or on the way to our meditation, or on the way to temple, or to church, or to synagogue, or to kirtan, and we're late. And of course, we're not late due to our own fault. We're late because somebody made us late. A spouse, a child, a clerk at the grocery store. And now we're stuck in traffic. And what do? We start to yell, internally or externally, at the one who's made us late. We start to get very frustrated at the drivers of all of these other cars. If they could just get out of the way, I could get to my meditation class. If those pedestrians, those darn pedestrians, could just speed up. That lady in the wheelchair could just have not gone into the crosswalk at that moment. Well, which teaching of the divine says I don't live in that lady in the wheelchair? I don't live in the drivers of the car. I don't live in your loved one who made you late, or the distracted clerk at the grocery store. So if we can actually make all of that part of our spiritual practice, then it helps us hold on to the divine connection wherever we go.